So today we'll be looking at a scenario where the green team from 80s Pro WICSO comes to real life. Now, this is the green team episode 60 edition. So yeah, they have their empire still. But if you guys want to see like a littler version, like the one that's this big in the real world, we can always do that too. But right now we're gonna do this one, as it is the most well, I don't think I've actually seen one like this, but I'm gonna do one anyway. But if you guys do like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. All the support is greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's get right into the scenario. So the green team is pretty large, and in the actual WICSO world, they are very expansionist and fascist. But they're going to be going after a country right away, and that country is Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is very weakened from the return or like the this country forming. One because all their populated areas are gone, and yeah, that's not very good. So very quickly we will see Green Team forces crossing the border and entering this very major part of Kazakhstan. This is like their only populated area, but since the Green Team has I mean, I think they actually have the same technology as this era. Like in WICSO, they have the same technology, but yeah. But we also see that the green team starts an offensive over here in this part of Kazakhstan, and they are going around the border as they meet up with Russia, or I mean, they're already bordering Russia. But yeah, they even start to go up around this lake. In WICSO, I don't actually think that this lake exists, but it's whatever. But we see that they start to take a lot of land in a very short amount of time. And yeah, we see that they cut off all of this area from Kazakhstan. And from here, Kazakhstan is going to surrender over to the green team. And now we can take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, we see that all of Kazakhstan is annexed. The green team gives them over to Russia, and the rest is put into their country. But yeah, this is what happens here. But yeah, we see that the whole country of Kazakhstan is annexed. But the Green Team expansion will not stop here, as they will now declare war on a couple of other countries. These countries consist of, I think this is Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan is still here. I guess this is also kind of Kazakhstan, but whatever. Don't know what this one is. This one is also Uzbekistan. This is parts of Turkmenistan, I believe, and they will also declare war on Iran. And well, uh, yeah, the green team believes that they can take all of them, and to be truthful, they probably can. We see green team forces. We see that green team forces move in from the north and start to capture all of these countries, as these guys are very weak. And yeah, they fall in a couple of probably hours. But we see green team forces start to move into Iran. Their capital city was captured when the puppet took over. But yeah, very good or not so good. But we see that the southern part of Iran falls fairly quickly, as most of their military is kind of gone. And then up here, we see that the green team state will be invading through their puppet and taking the rest of Iran over. Now, what does the world think of this? Well, the United States is kind of happy that Iran is gone. Russia, not so happy, because, yeah, their whole ally is gone. But now we can take a look at this peace treaty. And simply enough, in this peace treaty, Iran is gone, and all these countries are annexed into the green team. We see that they gave a little bit of Iran over to Pakistan, and the rest over to, this, and they even took a large chunk right here. But with this expansion, or the destruction of Iran, a coalition is going to form against the Green Team. This coalition will be comprised of Iraq, Syria, uh, Saudi Arabia, sorry, Qatar and Kuwait, along with the UAE and Oman. These guys want to stop the expansion of the green team, uh, because, well, yeah, this is not very good, and they're fascist and they're probably killing a lot of people. But the green team does not really care. Like, they see this as like Mesopotamia, like the old empire, so they're pretty mad, but like they're not gonna do anything because they feel like they're as strong as the old empire, because like they literally just spawned in. But sadly enough for a couple of other countries, the green team is gonna be taking their revenge out on them instead. Being these guys. Uh-oh. As we see that the green team will declare war on the Caucasian countries, and well, yeah, this invasion is not going to go so smoothly. As we see green team troops invade into Azerbaijan first from their puppet state, as they have been planning this for quite a while. And we also see that they start an invasion down here, taking the exclave of Azerbaijan and moving into Armenia. Armenia is not a very powerful country as of history, besides like the BCs. That's when they were really powerful. But right now, no, they're not powerful at all. And we see that the green team is having a field day up here as they get to Georgia's border. And this is where they start having some complications, as Georgia is literally all mountains, so their forces will try to invade. However, sorry, I'm still trying to get over that cold. But uh Georgia will survive for now. Um or at least for a couple of years, as the green team moves up to the Mediterranean, or actually that's the Black Sea. But after another couple of months, we see that the green team finally realizes how to cross these mountains, and yeah, Georgia just surrenders, as that's probably the best thing to do. But now we can take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, we see that they're fully annexed, but the green team will do something kind of weird and annex their puppet state as well, now making them huge. I mean, I guess they could still technically use their puppet state. Yeah? Anyway, sorry, my mom was asking me a question. But yeah, they annex this puppet state. They'll probably release it soon, as something is about to happen. But with the full annexation of this, we're going to be seeing a coalition form in the Baltic Sea, or Black Sea, sorry. But we see Ukraine, Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, and even Turkey getting in on this coalition, trying to stop the Green Team from expanding this way, as there are weaker countries over here. But the Green Team does not really care. In fact, they're gonna meet up with Russia for some reason, and they're gonna create an alliance with Russia. Russia will be turned into the green. Uh, but yeah, this alliance is kind of weird because Russia lost a little bit of land to the green team when they spawned in. But yeah, the green team went up to them and said, "Hey, question, could we get a little bit of land, just a tiny little bit, and we'll give you some of our technology and help you expand into Europe?" And Russia was like, "Oh yeah, sure. So here is the land trade." We see that Caspia will be getting the whole Caspian Sea and more Black Sea access, or this is what they want. And then Russia is going to ask for this land over here that I'm drawing, as they want more of this Kazakhstan uh, area just to do some things. But this is the land that they demand, and this is the land that the green team demands. So they're gonna shake on it, and they're gonna sign the deal. And this is what our new borders are looking like. There. Now Caspia has the whole Caspian Sea, and Russia has more of Kazakhstan. And with this, the green team is gonna fulfill Russia's wish. However, one of Russia's wishes is to annex Belarus, and Belarus joins because, well, they're friends with Russia. And now, well, we're just gonna get rid of NATO, because, like, whatever. But yeah, they give Russia the opportunity to do some things in Europe. However, this is gonna be quickly stopped as another coalition is gonna form. Good job, guys. As we see the Orange Coalition forming, and this is the East Russian Defense, or like the Russian Defense Organization. So they're trying to defend each other from Russia. This includes a lot of these Western European countries, even like Poland, which is, I mean, they've had history with Russia, but like they don't like Russia anymore. So yeah, we see three coalitions forming. So the green team is like, okay, it's time to invade another country, as they will declare war on Afghanistan. And yeah, along with this, Russia will be declaring war on Mongolia, as these two are very close allies now. And yeah, this war is probably not going to last very well, or last very long for these two. As we see Green Team forces invading into Afghanistan right away. In the WICSO world, these guys are not very strong, and it is the same here. It's just a bunch of terrorists. Uh, please don't get me banned for that. But I'm pretty sure the Taliban is here, and this is yeah. So they are getting pushed back quite a bit. Oh my gosh, this stupid cord is driving me insane. Sorry. But we also see that Russia starts an invasion of Mongolia right over here, as they start to take the northernmost parts. This is where most of their major cities are. And I think that Mongolia is going to finally start to use their navy on this. Uh, yeah, they actually have a navy. Um, you can just look it up. The Mongolian Navy. They have an actual thing, even though they haven't touched water in over 500 years. So yeah, but we see that the Russian invasion is going very well as they start a spearhead down, trying to connect up with another Chinese border, which is going pretty successful. However, um, China seeing this is going to be like, hey, we could probably get in on this. So they declare war. Oh, okay. They declare war on the Mongolians, and they start to send troops into Mongolia. Mongolia is kind of cooked at this point. They are getting invaded by the strongest countries in the world. As we see this whole front collapsing right up here. Let's just change that. Um, but they also see that their easternmost side is getting whooped by Russia. Uh, so what do? Well, they surrender over to China. Uh, just so that China, they like China more than Russia because Russia's aligned with these guys, and these guys are doing not so good things. But literally not even a day after, or maybe a day after, maybe a month. But then Afghanistan surrenders, and now we can take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, we see Mongolia gets fully annexed, just like every other country, and Afghanistan gets fully annexed. So, yeah, good for them. But now, well, China isn't in the Red Alliance anymore. But after this, uh, a new coalition is gonna form. Good work, good work. As we see China makes a new coalition against the green team, the blue team, because they do not really like Russia and the green team, and this is gonna consist of Pakistan and North Korea. Not India, because well, they kind of like Russia, and Russia is kind of nice to them. But yeah, uh, this is not very good, as the green team no longer has anywhere to expand. Um, so yeah, not very good over here. Now, since they have nowhere to expand, what are they gonna do? Well, they're gonna make a way to expand. Obviously, because they like to expand, and that is exactly what they will do. As we see that the green team will be declaring war on the yellow coalition, and they will start an invasion. And as this is the weakest coalition, probably, It doesn't really consist of very many countries that are strong. Turkey is kind of strong, but nowhere near the green team's strength as they are very powerful. But we see that the green team starts their invasion into Turkey, threatening their capital city, and they wrap down and all the way over to Syria. Up here, we also see that the Russians will start another invasion into Ukraine. There we go. They will start another invasion into Ukraine, uh, taking Crimea within the first couple of days. This is, I mean, in this world map, the war in Ukraine isn't going on, but right now it is definitely going on, and it is Ukraine is losing as NATO is not in this world anymore. So yeah, good luck. But we see that the capital of Turkey is going to be captured, and this is not the right color. Perfect. But there we go. We see that Turkey's capital has been captured, and from here, it's just a jumping of Turkey. As we see that the green team is taking a lot of land from them, just in here as they continue to fall back and die. And then Russia jumps in over here and captures Istanbul, which kind of angers the green team, but like they're allies, so whatever. And and this is not Italy. The green er, Turkey capitulates over to the green team. Now back up here, we see that the Russians continue their invasion, now going into Moldova. This is pretty big as Ukraine is they're fairly weak, or like they, even though they are in the real world, they're getting supplies from the US. They are getting cooked in this war, especially because more and more forces are coming from the green team. So, yeah, Romania is able to hold off though the Russians. However, Ukraine surrenders, and then a huge invasion is made into Romania in the north. As we see that Romania, I think their capital's right there, as it gets captured and they meet up with Bulgaria. At this point, hundreds of troop or millions probably are rolling into the yellow team, and they cut off all sea access for Romania. Now, with this, let's just say a couple of things are going to happen, especially over here in Kaliningrad, as we see that a little tiny border skirmish happens, and yeah, the orange team crosses in and takes half of Kaliningrad. Now, what does Russia think of this? Well, they're gonna go over to the green team and say, "Hey, you can take all of this land in, especially Istanbul. You can just occupy this land for us for a minute, and Bulgaria, that'll be good. And we're gonna do some other things, 'cause we like to do other things. You can also sure you can have Crimea as well. But the things that we are gonna be doing is invading the orange team as they just invaded Kaliningrad. As we see Russian troops pouring into Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, I think it is. Yeah, it's Lithuania. But we see that these guys fall within a couple of months. And we see Poland getting invaded by the Russians for the 80th time in history. Yeah, good work. But we see that the orange team, I mean, they were kind of prepared. So they start to send forces back into Russia. And yeah, well, the Russians aren't doing so good now. As we see that the orange team forces start to move into Belarus, and Russia is very scared. As we see that they start to lose their grip over Latvia and those countries. However, Estonia is still being held occupied. However, Kaliningrad falls, and Russia is very, very angered. Um, so angered to the fact that they tell the green team, if you don't start sending forces over to us, we're just gonna nuke everybody and everybody dies. So the green team will start sending forces over, officially declaring war on the Orange Alliance. With the green team recruits coming over. Hold on, I have to change this as it is the green team invading. But we see that the green team forces start to invade through Ukraine and into Slovakia. This is pretty good, and well, they even started invasion in Austria and Czechia. And right now, their technique is to try to wrap around Poland and hit Warsaw, which I think is right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right there. While Russia um tries to hold back the forces over here that are trying to get Moscow, which is right here, I think. But as of right now, the uh orange team is getting cooked as Russian forces uh come into the green team, or shoot, into the orange team, and they continue to invade Latvia and Estonia once again. And now Poland is getting invaded for the 81st time in history. As we see that Polish forces will be getting overrun, and the Russians even make it to Germany. Uh, yeah, very interesting. As Poland will capitulate over for the 80th time, and Austria will fall as well, and Czechia will die as well. And now Germany has a very big decision to make. Do we keep fighting, or do we let Russia win and Caspia win, and in which they will take over the rest of Europe basically? And to that, uh, they're gonna let them do it, as they don't want to die. The Russians don't want to die, or like they don't want to get nuked to oblivion by Russia. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, we see that Russia takes a huge majority of Europe, and that the Caspians take a large portion of Turkey and Istanbul, leaving Turkey crippled. But now that this has happened, the world is finally starting to act, as Europe is going to join in on the Yellow Coalition, as we see countries like Italy joining, Austria, Slovenia, Hungary, Croatia, the rest of Slovakia, Serbia, Kosovo, Macedonia, Greece, for some reason. We even see Czechia joining once again, Germany, France, Netherlands, Belgium, basically just all of Europe joining this alliance, as Russia is very threatening now. And yeah, the rest of the world, India will be joining this coalition as they don't like Russia anymore. Uh, and what is gonna happen? Well, it's the jumping of Caspia. As we see, not even a day after that war, we see Yellow Team forces moving into Russia. Um, this is mainly in the Polish areas and the Ukrainian areas. And we also see that Poland just decides to join because, well, what's the point of not joining when all of Europe is fighting for your country again? And we see Estonia and Latvia being reunited into their old countries. But we continue to see more countries joining this thing, which allows them to push further into Russian occupation. Or yeah, as they reach down and they take all of the coast away from Russia, as well as Crimea, and Russia is very scared now. So the green team will start sending forces up. However, this was the plan that these other guys were already executing. And we see that Iraq will be the first country to act on this, as they will start sending forces in and go all the way over to the Caspian. I do not like this color. Perfect. As they will go over to the Caspian, and Syria will also invade into Turkey. Uh, yeah, we see that the Caspians are getting jumped now, and also from the other side, we see that a very, 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 very large amount of blue team forces will start to invade into Caspia, as they take a lot of land in a very, very, very short amount of time, as well as invading into Russia, as basically all of Siberia falls because there's literally nobody living here. Also, yeah, Russia loses half of their country in the matter of a couple of months. Caspia is like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. As we see that the full red team army will cross the border, enter into Iran and the Caspian Sea, as they will destroy all of these areas, even capturing Istanbul again, followed by the collapsing of Russia as their whole front line is dead, as Moscow's probably like right there, and they are only a couple days away from it. We also see that the yellow team are going to start their own invasion into Caspia to re-liberate these countries as it starts to go very well. And the blue team is going to invade Caspia, which results in a lot of land being lost. And the green team is starting to wish that they didn't invade all these countries, as we see that their empire is collapsing and they are almost pushed all the way back to the capital city, which I believe is like right here or something like that. Or maybe it's down here, I don't know. But in the final days of the war, Moscow is going to be captured by the yellow team, and from there the Russia just surrenders over to the yellow team, leaving the green team all by themselves, making them surrender. And that is the end of the Caspian uh, something. I don't really know what to call it. But that is the end of Caspia, and I really hope you guys liked this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you did like it. Sorry. But I will see you guys in the next one.